So yeah, I want us to continue. Okay, so we are on obviously day 2, and what we're able to add is adding a particular item into the cart, right? And so we are going to work on these buttons to increase the quantity or to remove the item, right? Okay. So let's see, let's take our e-commerce component. We have the add to cart button. We have our use reducer, the various information of the cart. Now what we want is to attach this add to cart to, let's see, to our menu, of course. So let's go back into the cart. Your cart is empty, so there are cart items. So for each cart item, there should be a prop that basically allows you for the on click of this button, right? Okay. So it's just going to be, let's say that we have add to cart, right? That's going to be a function that takes the item, so just the what kind of item we want to add, and then returns void. Same from remove, remove from cart. So that's also going to take an item. What kind of item do you want to remove? And then void, right? Now, so on click on this, on click equal to props dot, let's see, this is increase, right? So add to cart. What's the problem? Okay. So we need to pass in the item, right? So props dot item, props dot, so we already have the item. And what were we using when it came to add to cart? I think it's the name. We were using the name when we were adding items to cart, right? So item name, yeah, because the names are unique. So yeah, and then now we want it to be disabled. We want it to be disabled at a certain point, right? So we want it to be disabled when props dot let's see, props dot, okay, we do have a disabled state. I think we do have a disabled state. State dot card, so items, right? Let me see, state dot items, because I think I remember we did add some sort of a disabled state. Let's see, state dot items, state dot cards dot items, okay, okay, and then state dot menu, okay. So we can do this here. Props dot the count, right, being the same as props dot total, right? So when the count is the same as the props or the total, right, because it's like the number of the total stands for the total number of items available for that particular item that is being sold, and then the count stands for the number of items that have been added. So of course, if the number of items that have been added is equal to the total, then we want this to be disabled, right? Of course. And we should work on the decrease now. So the decrease to the same thing with the on click. The only thing is that the decrease will be remove from cart, not add to cart, but remove from cart. Okay. And of course, I don't really want disabled, right? What I want is I want it to be possible to kind of remove the item from the cart, right? So that because I think as we have here, as we have in one of the requirements here, day 2, as we have in one of the requirements here, if the quantity goes down to 0, the user will have an option to delete or remove the product, right, from the cart entirely, right? So if it gets to 0, when the user clicks on the remove button or on this particular button, right, it should remove the item, right? So that is what we are intending to do. And so let's see. Let's go. Okay, so cart item, we also need to pass in the add to carts and remove from cart prop, right? Okay. So let's see our add to cart, right? So we first find the item. If the item is not there, then we say, okay, item is not available, of course. And then we check if item count is equal to the total. Then we say, hey, the item is no longer available. But if the item count is equal to total, then of course it should be disabled. So that will work. But then just in case, even if it's disabled, someone kind of enables it in the dev tools. When they click on it, they will still get this error right here. And then the subtotal is calculated. The total is calculated. The item is found. We have a new list of items, which is from the state, right? And if the item is not in the cart items, then we kind of push that item to the cart items. Finally, we add all of those items, and then we basically, for each item, if it is the item that is currently being added, then we increase its count and we reduce the total. Okay, let's see. Then I think we will never have the total equal to 0, because look at what I do here. I remove the total. So that means the total will never be equal to the count. But at a certain point, the total will be equal to 0. Right. Yeah. So this should rather be, because I decrease the total of the item right here. I just decrease the total, right? And then I keep on increasing the count. So it should be that when the item total is equal to 0, right? When the cart item total is equal to 0, not that when the total is equal to the total number of items, right? So here it should be the same thing. Where is it? Decrease, no, the disabled. Let me see. If the total number of items, right? If the total number of items is equal to 0, right? Then that means we have no more items to be added. Equal to 0. Yeah. Let's try that. Of course, we will test it in the UI, so we'll see if there's the need to make any such changes. Yeah. And then we kind of look for that item. And so we have so we basically remove that item from the menu items because you've added it to your cart. And then we now add kind of the new items here. We dispatch a new function, right? Okay. So what I want to do now is let's use this same add to cart, and then let's pass that on here to the cart function. So the cart function props should also receive the add to cart function. Yeah. And then here, basically, the cart item, apart from passing the item, you should also pass add to cart equal to props dot add to cart. Is there any problem? Oh, remove from cart. Okay. So let's just add that here. Remove from cart equal to use callback, and then we accept an item name being a string, and then we go ahead and we say that only change when the state changes, right? And then yeah, for now let's return now or something like that. But let's not even return anything, right? So let it be void. Yeah, let's leave it like that, and then let's pass that on to your cart. So add to cart equal to add to cart, and then remove from cart equal to remove from cart, right? Yeah. And so we have to pass the remove from cart here onto this. Yeah. Okay. And then we can say, okay, remove from cart equal to props dot remove from cart, right? So we've passed both the remove from cart and then the add to cart. So let's see first if our add to cart works. So this, and let's see. Okay. So sorry, item is not available. Let's see. Okay. So this right here kind of goes through the menu items and then checks whether a certain item is available. Because we've removed the item from the menu item, so it's no longer there. Let's get rid of this function here first. See. Let me see. No, let me see. Okay. So we need the item, right? I think there will have to be a bit of variation. Just have to be a slight variation to state.menu items the find, right? So you take the menu items the find. I want to try this and see. Or because state.menu items, this can give us now, of course, right? This can give us undefined, right? A menu item undefined, or state.cart.items.find, and then the same way data.name. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. And let's see. Yeah. Okay. So it's increasing, right? Of course, remove, we haven't done it. So, but then I think each item initially, what is the each item? I think each item initially is around where's menu items? Total is around 5. So let's increase to 5, right? 3, 4, 5, right? So the total should now be 0, right? But I'm not sure why this is okay. It's probably disabled, but we don't have any disabled styles. Yeah, we don't have any disabled styles, so that is why. So see what's the style for this button. So styles dot increase. Okay, so let's go into the styles, and then let's add the disabled styles for increase. So button let's see. Let's just okay, this is it. So increase, okay, decrease img, okay. So I think what we can do, no, I think it's the increase rather that I'm looking for. Increase is add to cart, right? Not decrease. So increase the image. Okay, so it doesn't really do much. So let's kind of do this here. Yeah. So button is to disabled, right? And then we say background is to gray. Let's see. Okay, so that works, right? And then button is to disabled. I think this probably would know. Okay, let me see. I think maybe specificity. Yeah, is to disabled. Is to have a background should still be gray. And specificity will help us. Yeah, because I know that increase and decrease right here, down here. Let me see. Yeah, they do have hover styles, right? They do have hover styles, but since we are using the button directly, I think that specificity helps us to kind of overrule that style, because that one is a class and this is a button element which is of higher order. So let me see. Let me see. Background. Okay, of course that is ruled out. Border radius. Let me see. Yeah, disabled. Background is to gray. Hover styles. Hover. Right. Add hover styles. So button disabled. Background is to gray. And then button is to hover. Okay. Okay, forget about it. It's okay. I'm just not sure if this because of the specificity, but at least for now, let's let it go. Yeah, so it's no longer, you're no longer able to add. So it's like add the items. Now you have 5. So we should now work on removing from the carts quickly. So remove from cart. Where is that? From the e-commerce. Okay. Remove from carts. Let's see, where is that? Our function is right here. So in the same way, kind of we are going to need some of these. So let me just get them. Let me just copy them. We will relook at it once more and see. So first and foremost, item, of course. Oh, I think I've pasted it in the wrong place. Yeah. Okay. So we have the item now. If the item is not found, okay, item is not available. If here is going to be a bit different, I think, because this we are checking. So if the count, right, equal to the count, right, if the number of items, right, that is the number of items, if the count equal to 0, because the count is 0, so that means that there are no items in the cart. You have not added any items in the cart, or you subtracted to the extent that the count is 0, then we basically want to just remove the item from the cart, right? So we can just handle that operation directly here, right? And that operation, I think we have it in our reducer function. So that is remove, right? And so we need to pass in the item. So let's go with that. Let's go with that. because once the count has reached 0 and you are still clicking on that button, then we want to remove the item from the cart, right? So we will say, but I think because side effects, because initially when we try to add side effects to the cart, the user function, because React 18 it runs twice, we basically realized that the action or the return value was being run twice. So that is why in the add function we just kind of changed that. We just basically added the whole thing to the payload and then we sent that here, right? So what I want to do instead now is I want to move this function. Okay, so this one is find item, that is okay. So we basically, let's see. If we are removing the item, right, then that means that the count is like 0, right? No, I think that should be delete, because remove item is for removing the item and then delete is just for taking the item out of the list. I think so. I think that is what we rather added, right? Let me see from our actions. So we have the add function, remove function, and then the delete function, right? So I think that is delete. Yes, you want to delete the item. I think I basically performed no operation at all. I basically only removed it from the items list, but I didn't add it back into the menu items, right? I didn't add it back into the menu items. So the state.menu items, right? If we want to add an item to an array, we can do it this way. But as I said, because of this side effect, right? So I'm not sure if this thing is going to run like twice, right? So I don't really want to. This side effect, it has become a real problem in React 18 because of this use reducer running twice. So I'm not sure if this will be affected in any way, right? I can't tell, of course. So I think I'll maintain the function anyways. I want to see. So let's see something. Yeah. So the payload, right, has the item name. Let me see. Did I update the add? So it passes in the initial store, right? So we basically manipulate the store and then we return whatever is supposed to be inside here, so that basically nothing changes, right? Right. Let's see. Yeah. Because if I basically take this state.items, right, and then I add onto it the delete item, right? I've basically added that delete item. And then we also filter this particular list. We filter and then we remove that particular item. I think doing it once or twice, doing this particular operation twice doesn't really affect it because the item that is passed in is the same, right? State.menu items remains the same. Now, even if we add this, right? Let's see. Let me do it this way instead. Let me have this here, and then let me add on to it the state menu items. right? And if you are going to filter out the deleted item, right, even if you run it twice, there's still no real effect, right? I want to try it, so I will leave it as that. But payload.item. So payload.item, I want to rather pass in the item itself. So let me look at my type here. So the delete action payload item, I want to pass in the cart item. I want to pass in the item itself, right? So because I want to run this in the delete function, right? So delete item is equal to the action.payload.item. Yeah, yeah. So here, as I said in our remove cards, if the item count is 0 and the person is still clicking the button, then we want to remove it. So we will basically dispatch a type should be delete. And so of course our payload should have what? Payload is it should have an item, which will basically be the item that we found here, right? So that would be what we are basically removing, right? But of course, we need to continue if it is a normal item. If it is a normal item, then of course we need to proceed with this particular remove function, right? So the same way that we kind of did for the add to cart, and we kind of had to remove or bring out every action here, we are going to do the same thing here. So item the price. So in the add to cart, I think we did the same thing. We brought in everything. Then we got the state. We pushed that item if it was not on the list. And then we kind of reduce the item, right? And then we dispatch the method. So what I want to do is basically the same thing, right? So this is the remove one, right? Okay, so const payload. That's what to do here. So const payload equal to this. So not found item, but then item, right? That item. And then let's of course change our type to make sure that the payload for the remove is the initial item, is the initial store, right? Payload for remove is of course the initial store. So the same way that we do in add to cards, when it comes to remove, we are going to do the same thing and then just basically say return action payload. So in this way, it doesn't matter even if it runs twice, the payload, the action payload is still the same, right? So we can now dispatch type being what, remove, I guess, remove, yeah. And then payload being the payload that we have here. So we can now try and see, right? So it has reduced it from this list, reduced it from this list, reduce this from this list. So you see the number here is also decreasing. Now we are up to 1. Now let's see if we finally remove. Right. Let me see something. It's 223. Let me see if it has been added here. So it's now 0. So 0, we finally say, okay, remove. Right. And so now it comes back into the cart. Right. And now everything is 0. We come back and say add to cart, then it's added. Now we go back down. We say that, okay, now it's 0 number of items, right? So it's 0. Do you want to still kind of add a new one, or you want to kind of remove it from the cart? Perhaps it's not the experience. Maybe when it is 1, right, and then the person clicks then it means that they want to remove it, not to wait, not for us to wait till it's 0, right? Because once it goes to 1 and the person says go back, we don't have to now tell the person that that particular item is now 0, right? Because if I have 1 in my cart and I basically still want to go back, then it basically means remove it from the cart. So it's not when the item count is 0 that we should basically remove the item from the cart. But when it is 1 and the person is still clicking on remove from cart button, then remove the item from the cart, right? So as it is now, it is 1. The person still clicks on it, then it means the person doesn't want it on the cart, right? So let's say we've added this item. So let's now see our price. Everything is totaling. Um, let's see. Our subtotal, I think there is an issue with the subtotal, because subtotal should be this plus this. Let's see. 512 plus 782. Chromebook, is there even any calculator? Okay. So 512 plus 782. Let's see. Yeah. It's supposed to be 1294. Right. So it looks like there is a mistake somewhere when the prices are being added, right? Let me see what could cause this here, because the tax is calculated from the subtotal, right? So it looks like when a new item is being added to the cart, we are having a mistake somewhere. Let me remove this and let me see. Right. So you see, still, even after I removed, this is still remaining the same, right? It's not changing. So when an item, I think when an item is, when we are about to dispatch, when we dispatch the delete item, we should also update the totals. Yeah. We should also be updating the totals when we are deleting an item, right? Let's see. Where is delete item? Let me just copy this. Okay. And then let's look at our deletes, right? It still maintains the same totals, right? So we should remove the delete item price, right? We should remove that particular item's price, right? And we should calculate a new subtotal, and we should get a new, new total and such. So let's do that. New subtotal, new tax. Oh no, I made a mistake. New subtotal. Because once the item is being deleted, we need to also remove the total from the list, right? So let's refresh. Let's see, it has been added, right? Let's increase, yeah, decrease, remove it from the cart, right? Right. Now let's see something. Add this to cart. So it's 223. Add the 512. Right. It looks like the 512, I just added it once, but it appears as if it has come as double. Right. It appears as if it has come as double. So let's refresh once more. Let's see. I want to see what the problem is. Add this. So let's see here. I think this should be correct. 8, 0, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. And let's see. Now, when I remove the item from the cart, right? So it's left with the 223, right? When I add this item once more, okay, it comes back to 735, 2 and 1, 3 and 7. Okay, so it was not this item in particular, but let me try that same item again. 782. You see, all of a sudden, this is 2 instead of being still like 1, right? Because so it looks like somehow the state of this item is being maintained. Yeah, it looks like the state of that item is being maintained. even when we delete the item, right? This is why I was saying, I need to run this. This is what I was thinking, that I need to run this in the method, because it looks like any kind of side effects really causes an issue. So let's do this the same way, and then let's see if we will still have that same problem. Yeah, let's do this the same way we did the other one. Yeah, and let's get this payload right here, and then let's see dot action dot payload, right? So we are going to remove this. We don't need all of this, right? And then we are going to come to let's see, right here, and then say const payload equal to, so not delete item, but then item, yeah, and then item dot name, and then let's say payload, yeah, and let's of course change our types to make sure that the payload is the initial store. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so let's refresh and let's see. Okay, let's add this. Let's add the 782. Let's see, is our total correct? Okay, it's correct. Let's remove the 782. Let's add back 782. There is some state being maintained, and I'm not sure what state that is, because it looks like the item is still in the cart. How can the item still be in the cart? Let's see. So we basically say that find the item. Okay, I think it's from this cart. Yeah, find the item, and then the item, the price, we calculate a new total and subtotal. New items is equal to the state cart items. If in the cart we cannot find the item, then new items, we push that particular item, right? Then we map through those items. We look for that particular item, and then we say, okay, if the data, yeah, but then in the cart, once it is removed, that item should not be in the list anymore, because that is how we are able to not see it here in this list. So how come when, let's say, it is removed and is brought back, the state now becomes 2, right? Let's see. Okay, so here item, we find it from the menu items, and we find it from the list of items. Fine. If the total is 0, then we of course say you can no longer, so that is okay. Calculate the subtotal, the total, the tax, and then we say, okay, new items is equal to state.cart.items, yeah, and then state dot, if the item is not in the cart, right, then we push it into the cart, right? But then the item, I want to see something. Yeah, there's what I'm thinking of something here, and then we basically say, okay, now let's see. You basically say, okay, now the new items that we formed from the state cart item, just look through and look for that particular item and then remove the count. And yeah, what I want to do is this. I want to see something. Console.log. Yeah. State is to state.cart.items. Yeah. And then menu is to state.menu items. Right. So even if the error is there, I want to try this. 0, remove, and then let's add it once more. Where is it? Oh, which item did I even just remove? Was it this? Okay. Yeah. And now see, even the total was not calculated. Okay, of course. Let's see. Let me see my console.log. Right. Okay. So let's see. So state is menu is about 1, 2, 3, so 5 items, right? Okay, let me see here. It looks like when I kind of update, when I delete, right? Let's see. Let me see. When I do the deletion, yeah. Yeah, okay. So because I pass in the item, right, it basically maintains that count and total. Because over here, I pass inside the item itself. So the count and the total is still maintained because the item is coming from because the first time when you get the item the first time from here, right? When you get the item the first time from the menu items, right? The count and then the total is 0, right? But let's say when the item exists and then you get it from the state, right? If you get it from the state, then it becomes a whole different item with different props, right? It becomes a whole different item with different props. So this, I think, is what is causing the issue. Yeah. So I think what we want to do instead here is, if we want to find the item, because this is not exactly part of the calculations, it's just get the item, right? So let's see. Let me look at the add to cart if the item in any way affects what we are doing. It doesn't, because it just basically check the state if the item is there. If it's not there, then it adds it to the cart items, right? So what we can do here instead is, instead of checking the menu items or the items for that particular item list, we should check the original items list, right? The original items list, which does not change, because the ones that change here are the ones that we put into our state, right? Those are the ones that we manipulate. So if we want to find the item or we want to ensure that the item exists, we should rather check from the original list, right? Which will not be affected, right? Because it is when the state members are affected. Because for instance, the state members in the items are affected. And then also the state members in the menu items are also affected, because we kind of move them around and we kind of update some of their values. So to find the item, because this is just checking whether the item exists, right? And then kind of getting the item to perform operations on it, right? It doesn't really affect the items themselves, right? The state, it has no effect on the state. So what we are going to do here is, let's rather loop over the original menu items, right? So let's rather do the original menu items. So instead of stated or menu items, so let me get it that way. Yeah, let me rather loop over the original menu item so we don't get the item from our state, which of course has been updated. So what is the problem? Menu items. Ouch. What is the problem? Ain't nobody love. Menu items. Oh, let's see. Oh, I see, I see, I see, I see, I see. Okay. So let's call this new menu items. Right. Menu items is to new menu items. Yeah, yeah. Let's do that instead. Okay. Unique key where exactly? I think it's probably talking about these. Okay, let me see. In the root, yeah, key is equal to the href. Do I have React DevTools? I don't think I have the React extension. I don't think so. Chrome extensions. React DevTools or something like that. Yeah. Oh, I have it. Okay, I have disabled it. Okay. It's now enabled. So, yeah. Okay. Be a developer tools components but I'm not seeing it in my developer tools here. Yeah. So I need to kind of open it once more. Okay. So that's very weird then. Let me see. So the key of this Pomodoro, this this link here, or the first item. Let me see. No, the first item doesn't need any key. So it's this list. Let me see if there's any other list. Okay. These keys are also unique. So what key is it referring to? Each child. Which child? The render method li localhost. Okay. Routes at line 28. Line 28. Oh no. That is wrong. Or route/root.tsx 2022. I think it's probably wrong. And what's the name? My keys are actually accurate. My keys are actually, let me use the title and let's see. No, my keys are actually accurate. It's unique. Keys are unique. So I don't know, perhaps you are finding this error from oh, I see. Yeah, okay. The key should rather be on the li. Yeah, sure. Okay. The key should rather be on the li. Right. Okay. So let's see. Let's go. Then let's go. Yeah, 5. So it's over. So let's oh wow. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go. Then it's removed. Oh wow. Okay. So that means that we have some sort of an issue with our remove from cart. What does it check? It checks the item count being equal to 1 before it does the delete. Right. So let's see. I want to see here. Refresh. Right. Add to cart because there is updated here. So of course I'll get it. 3, 4, 5. Right. Let's see. The count is 5. Total is 0. Right. So when I go to remove, it say because what in the remove from cart, we basically say when the item count is 1, right? That is when we remove from the cards, right? Okay. Let's see. Okay. So remove from cards, right? So menu items, we find that particular item, right? Okay. So we found the item. Let's forget about that. So subtotal, we kind of remove the item's price, we calculate a new total and such. And then so you basically say, okay, the menu items is state.menu items. Is this add to cart or remove from cart? Yeah, because menu items still remains the same. New total, subtotal. Let's see. No, this is not refreshed, right? But it looks like the cart is refreshed, and it looks like, wow, what is happening? And it looks like this is also turning into 2, and that means there are bugs all over the place. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see. So we found the item, right? We found a certain item, right? Let me see if the delete is console.log. Yeah. Delete is triggered. If the delete is triggered, when I click on this, so delete is triggered. How in the world is delete triggered? This should only be triggered when the item dot counts it's 1. Console.log count is to item dot count. Because that's very strange. Yeah. I don't really care about the total now because I know it's messed up, but I want to verify this. So why was that happening then? 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, go back. How is the count 1? Oh, I see. Okay. So when we are removing, when we get the item from the menu items, right, then the count will be affected. Yes. So rather, when we are removing, we need to get it from the state cart items, right? Because if we are removing and we get the item from the menu items, right, then the item count will not be valid. The item count that we get will not be valid. It will not be the count that is from the state, right? It will be a different count because here we are checking for that count, right? So that is what will cause issue, right? So what we should do in the end is here we need to update this particular one right here, the menu items here, because this particular item we are now getting it from the state, so we can no longer kind of put it there, right? We can no longer kind of use that because this is the item from the state. So let me see. Let's see. Let's call this the item that we need to add here should be, right? It should be from the menu items, the main menu item. So we should add the main menu, the item from the main menu item, right? But what I'm looking at here, data.name equal to the item name. Yeah. So we should say that this exists, right? Else we will get an error from TypeScript because find can return an object or undefined. So we should just use this to basically say, okay, it actually exists, right? Because we've already found that it's in the cart, right? So of course, and obviously the item exists. And so when we find it in the menu items, it will be a valid item. Okay. So now that should be solved. But that is that problem, right? Now I want to see whether the add to cart similar way it is affected because we are doing it from the menu items and not from the state. But that would only be affected if we are getting any other, you see, here we are getting some kind of data from the total, right? So here, because we are always getting it from menu items, the total will not be the total from the state, right? So let's see. But one thing is that if the item list or if the cart items is empty, right? Because I wanted to do the same thing as when we are removing, right? And say, okay, state dot cart dot items dot find, right? But there can be the first instance because initially when the person clicks on add to cart, right? This is empty. The cart items is already empty because perhaps there is no item in the cart. So when we come into the cart items and we are trying to look for that item, that will not be valid, right? Because the item perhaps is not in the cart items, right? So what I want to say is if we look through the items and then we cannot find that particular item, right? Then that means that probably it is a new item being added, right? So the find, so if we cannot find it here, then we want to, because this will return either undefined or it will return an actual item. So what we want to do is if it is not there, then rather search through the menu items for it, right? So initially, if you want to get the item, just look through the state because probably it has already been added to the cart. If it's not in the state, right, then look through the menu items, right, the list of the menu items, and then get the item, right? Sure. So that should solve our problem, right? Okay. Let's see. 3, 4, 5. Let's go back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. 0. Let's add it once more. Okay. So it looks like the same. Some state is being maintained, right? When we come to add to cart, right? So let me see here. So the item was added. Count is 2, right? Okay. Okay. Let me see. When we come to the remove and then we find the item. Yeah. State items, we filter out and we remove that item. So it's no longer in that, right? Now, new items here. Where is that from? Let me see. Okay, this is from the menu items here, right? And so that menu items, when we find that particular item and then we add it to this, it should of course be 0, right? Now let's try once more. Okay, so you see there is a problem with that, so it is affecting even the count here, and now it's even going into the negative, right? So let's see, add into cart, right? So let me see, it looks like some state is still being maintained. So after we remove, the count is what? 1. Let's see, item the count. Yeah, we filter out and then we actually remove that item and then we send a delete payload, right? We send a delete function. So let's see. This adds the item back into the menu items. So that is okay, right? Because from the menu items, right, there should be no previous states. That is why I do menu items to find that particular item. So there should be no previous state, right? But let's see. When it's doing normal removal, okay, So the item, let's see if we use any of these. So the item price, that is okay. We calculate a new total, subtotal. Okay. So state dot menu items. Yeah, that is okay. New total, new subtotal. So items is equal to get the state items. Count as one now, right? Count as one now. Let me see. Let me add to cart. How is initially the count 0? Okay, it's 1. Then what is this? I don't know. For some reason, it shows up here, count 0. But then when I kind of come inside, I see count 1. Okay. So initially, I've added, right? The count is 0, count is 1. Let's go once more, right? And now we've increased, so count is 2, and total is 3, right? Let's decrease. Okay, I think when we decrease, you are not console to log in the value, right? And then let's remove the item from the cart, right? Delete it straight. And when we come back, mapping into the item, right? It looks like when we are adding to the cart, it looks like some sort of a state is maintained. So that is what I'm thinking, that the state that is being sent into the and when the item is deleted, I look through the menu items, right? I look through the menu items and then I add that particular item. Delete, let's say delete, let's look at the delete once more. Yeah, it just, appends the payload. So let's see. The items here is state dot items. It looks like this menu items here is affected. Yeah. Let me console the log, the payload. Yeah. When we kind of finally remove the item, right? Minus. Yeah. Let me console the log, the payload, and see something. The menu items. Yeah. Where is the French fries? Is it French fries with ketchup? This one. You see, it looks like that count is still in there. The count and then the total is still in there. That is very surprising. How can that be? Because let's see. Let's refresh. Let's go. Yeah. Minus 0. Where is it? Yeah. Now add this to cart. Yeah. Okay. And then now the same thing is like, let's see here. Yeah. Yeah. It is added to the cart. But then see, the state is being maintained. That is what I don't understand, because I'm finding it from menu items. The menu items, that particular item is not updated, right? Let me see something. Yeah. Let me see something. So let's see the item. Yeah. Let's bring in the same item and then let's say count is to 0. Total is to 5. This is just a hack, but I want to see if it fixes the issue. Let me do a sorting here, right? Let me sort the items, the state.menu items, right? Let's see something. Let's see something. Let me see. So what do we need to return here? Let's say the payload is the initial store, right? And I want to see what's inside the initial store. I want to see what's inside the initial store. Menu items. Okay, so menu items is to, I want to do something here. Items is to dot action dot payload dot menu items, right? And then okay, what I want to kind of check. Oh, I've really forgotten what I wanted to do. Oh my goodness. The count and then the total. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I've forgotten what I wanted to do. So it's usually I'm basically doing nothing there. Let me come back. Okay. So let me see. Oh, have I tested out this? I don't think so. I don't think I've. Oh, I want to sort out. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to sort the menu items. Yes. So we say so add all of these, add the rest. But let me see. Where is it? I want to sort the menu items, right? So if I get, I will even want to sort the cart items. So let me see something. Let's see. Const this equal to action dot payload. So what I want to get from the payload. Oh, no. I think I'm going to apply this to, okay, maybe perhaps for each one it will be different. So let's just do it directly here, right? So we can get the card is to items. So I want the items. And then I want menu. Okay, let's get the card and then menu items, right? And then comma other payload, right? And then what I want to say here is let's put here the other payload, right? And let's put here also the cards. No. Cart is to, so cart here. Then we need to also bring the menu items, right? But menu items is to menu items dot sort a comma b a minus b is to what is a number? But a is not a number. A dot. Okay. Let's go on JS sort string. local compare. What is this local compare? Character support is better. Just use it. As to that, the answer to the question is this. Local comparison. Let me see what the explanation here is. If falls at to string to avoid exception. Local compare has been supported. There's no explanation as to what it does, but then let's see. Return a dot name dot local compare into bracket b dot name. Ain't nobody love you like I do. Okay, I think I understand this error. Yeah, but we can still get away with it because for now, at least, all our payloads are all the same. All our payloads are the same, right? So we can take advantage of that. Let's see. Yeah. And then have it do the same thing. Because for each payload, you can get the same kind of item from it, right? Yeah. Now I want to see if that works. Okay. I think in even the initial one, I need to do the same thing. Yeah, the sort into bracket a comma b a dot name dot local compare b dot name. Yeah, so now we have bacon. Yeah. Okay, so this is sorted out. And each time they come into the cart, each time the carts are updated, I think I wanted to do the same thing also to the carts. Yeah. Cart is cart is an object, right? Yeah, it's an object. And then other payload dot what? What are the values in the other payload? There's no other payload, I guess. I think there are only two items. Oh, cart and then so there's no even other payload. Yeah, there's no other payload, so it's basically non-existent. Yeah, cart is to action dot payload dot so we make it into object that has let's see the action dot payload dot cart. Yeah, but we want to update the items to be items dot a comma b a dot name. Do we really want to sort the cart items? Let's not sort cart items. No. Let's not sort our cart items. Let's leave that as is. Please. Just lay there in peace. So there's no even other payload. So let's just remove that. Yeah, okay. So we still have our issue to resolve, right? Which is, I think it was a problem in when we remove the item from the cart, right? So 2, 3, 1, 1, and then we come back to 0. When we add the item once more, was this not the issue? Okay, let me go. 2, 3, remove, add bacon once more. Okay, has it been resolved by this? Because I remember there was a particular issue that I was trying to look at. 5, come back, remove, right? So bacon, bring bacon back. Okay, so it looks like, yeah. Oh, okay, it's resolved because of that. Because I basically did it this way, right? Yeah, because I basically did it this way, saying give us the item, but then sound to 0 and total to 5. But this is not really, this is basically a hack here, right? Because but I'm not sure why here, when I did menu items, they'll find the item, right? Because menu items, they'll find data implies a data name equal to item name, right? I'm not sure why there was an issue. I'm not really sure why there was an issue because want to go, come back, and then come back, right? I'm not sure why there was an issue because if we look into the items, right? If we look into the items, let's see, console login this payload. Right. If we look into the items, the menu items, where did I console.log it? I console.log it here, the payload here, right? It is very surprising that the item from menu items is having some sort of a total, because if you look at menu items here, that particular item, what was it? Bacon is having a total account and then a total being different. That is what I don't understand. Because if we are getting the item from this right here, right, we are finding the item from this right here, and this here is coming from this, right, then the count should be 0 and total should be 0, right, because it's not coming from the state, right? Let's see something. Okay, the find, yeah, let's try this. Yeah, comma, count. This still doesn't work, right? I wanted to set the count to 0, total to 5, but right, that is not how it's supposed to be, because the original menu, right, if we always over here set total to 5, what if in the original menu the total of that particular item is different? The menu that we are coming from our database, what if the total of that particular item is different? Right, we cannot make it static here as 5, right? But it's just very surprising that it's behaving this way. 2, 3, reduce, bring it back, and then all of a sudden it's 2 once more. That is what I don't understand. Because when we get it from menu items is, let me console also the log menu items and see something. Menu items. Yeah. When I delete the item, let me also console the log menu items. Yeah. Yeah. Menu items. Bacon. Why? How is the menu items updated? Right. How is menu items updated? Because initial store, right, we get the menu items and then we sort it. Or because this menu items did this, I mean, of course, JavaScript is by reference. So is it basically still referring each time we kind of go into the menu items? Let me look at the initial update, which is adding to cart, right? When we add to cart, yeah, we only modify the state. We only get the item from the state. Let's see. Yeah, we only get items from the state, and we only get menu items from the state, right? And we update that over here, right? Menu items, we have a new menu item over here, and then we update that, right? But then it looks like our actual menu items is being updated anyways. And I want to verify that here, console.log menu items. I want to verify that here, whether when an item is added, menu items is updated. You see, it's updated because see here now, the count is 1. For some reason, let's update this to 2. And let's see, menu items. Okay, the count is still 1, right? Okay, let me see. Let me see something. Find this from the state.menu items, right? Okay, let's see. Let's see. State.find the item, right? Okay, so I think initially when we find the item, right, from the menu items, it's still somehow pointing to the main menu items object, right? Because here, I think this object here, we are not creating a new variable, right? We're not creating a new variable, but rather referring to the same object, right? So let me see, JS new object object.create. So object.create creates a new object using an existing object as the prototype of the new object. Yeah, let's see. So we have this example here. So person equal to, say is human is false. Yeah, object.create into bracket person, and then me equal to, yep, and let me see. So is human is set to true, right? And then we are now getting me dot, so me dot personal introduction. I want to see person dot is human. I want to see console.log person dot human, console.log person dot is human also run. That is still false. But if we console.log me dot is human, that will be true, right? That will be true. So what we need to do here is we need to object.create. We need to object.create, right? So that we don't still use that same object reference, right? Okay, let's save that. And let's see. So menu items. Let's see. I added something to cart. Wow. Why is this still updating its count? Object.create creates an object. Okay, this is not an object. This is an array. This is not an object. Menu items. So why did I use object or create? It's an array. So it doesn't stand for an object. Let's see. New array. New creates a new array. So let's see. A new array. And okay, so now it's to maintained. Yeah. Oh, no, it's not maintained. But what's the meaning of this? I really don't understand this now. Right. See, it's why is the main menu items being affected at all? Create a new array without reference. Copy, kind of. Put array or slice. I don't want to do, I want to have a whole different, I don't want the reference to still be the same. It's a bit shallow. JSON or parse dot deep clone. With literal, okay. Literal values. Okay. Yeah. JSON or parse technique can be used to deep copy. Okay. What if you want to deep copy arrays? JS deep copy object or array. Let's be specific. Deep copy or deep clone an array. Right. How do we deep clone an array? JSON.parse, JSON.stringify. Okay, because I think as he was saying here, as he noted here, when you use deep clone, when you use JSON.parse, right, with JSON.stringify, you are able to kind of do a deep clone of an object or an array, right? But then it looks like the prototype is still shallow. So unless you use something like the deep clone or use jQuery extend or some sort of a custom function. So reference types, true. So this is still a copy, but then there is a true copy, shallow. Yeah, array copy of 0 changes a shallow element of 1 of 0, changes the nested element. Nested array got affected, right? So, but then when we use this, the nested array is not affected. So that's why perhaps there is things like Lodash for those. Another solution and more performant is use recursion. This, I think these are, no, I think that this, with this one, this should work because let's see, menu items, all of them, there is no object, right? There is no object here. All are like primitive values. So if we had a reference type value, but what we have are mostly primitive. So that should work. Okay, so that's still not working. Okay, it's an array of objects, right? So yeah, it's an array of objects. So I guess so. Let's go with JSON stringify. Let's go with JSON stringify, JSON pass. JSON the stringify. At least I'm learning something new. And then I'm JSON the parse. What's going on? And then I'm JSON the parse. At least I'm learning something new. So yeah, let's see where that goes. And okay, so now the original is still 0, right? So it's not affected. Yeah, excuse me. Excuse me. Fuck. Oh. Okay. So we should now have that issue in the bag. Yeah. Okay. And let's try adding a new item and see what happens. 599. So 9 plus 4, that should be a 3. 9 plus 3, that should be a 12 plus the 1. So that should be okay. 6 plus 5, that is 11 plus 1, so 12. So looks like it's good. 1, 2, 3, 3. Oh, why? I'm getting a bit of a coarse voice. Excuse me. Okay, let's see. So 6, 3, 4 plus 1, 2, 3, 3. That is equal to 1867, 1867, 1867. So let me add and let me see if we get that 1867. That's correct, right? So if we remove this, we get back to that same value. If we remove this, we get back to 599. If we do add this back, we get back to, okay, this 1297. Which one did I add? That is this. Is it the 634? Let me see my calculator. Let's see my calculator. What was it? 634? Is there no history? What plus this? 1867 minus 1233. 1867 minus 1233. Oh, I think I've forgotten the number. 634, yeah. So let's add back 634 into the cart. 1233. That's good. So our cart works all right. The item is removed from the cart, so it's left with only one item. And then of course, we've also done the sorting. So even if we add, spaghetti to the cards, salmon, we increase that. Of course, our total, we cannot go above the total. If we reduce that, right, and then we change it back to 0, it's added back into the list of items, of course, because it is sorted way down where it belongs, right? The same thing if we add bacon, we kind of increase that, and we kind of remove bacon, right? It kind of, because it's sorted, it kind of comes back. So this should be it for challenge 2. Yeah, let me push the code. Project files, so add everything. Fit is to add remove to cart, remove from cart, and then fix add to cart, right? Let me of course remove this, and then also let me search for console.log. I'm sure I have a lot of them lying around, so let me just remove them, right? Let's just clear it out. So I'm going to, I'll end this stream and then add a new stream to start with challenge 3, of course. I think probably be a couple of hours from now, then I'll start with challenge 3. Okay. Okay. And then remove console logs. Console logs, yeah. Push. I think so. I can now deploy. I can now deploy the app with fly deploy. Okay, this won't work. No, I should rather. Oh, I'm in the project files. Yeah, I thought I'm not here. Okay, so that should work. Yeah, fly deploy. That should work. Just wait a bit so it's done. I want to see it in the live website. So if we go to the live website, oh, okay. So this was the explanation. Let me see the one you mentioned about. Where is that? 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 You mentioned one about. I think that is not here. Just because see comparison test here. You can, yeah, because you said there is another simple performance solution to this problem. To this problem, I would use recursion to solve this. I think it's okay. It's another article probably. Clone. Yeah. Use recursion. We have a certain function called clone in JavaScript, right? No, there's no clone function. So it looks like it's a custom function that it built. Yeah, it looks like it's a custom function. So clone item. Item dot. Oh, okay, 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 okay. So if item is an array, then clone. Okay, okay. So it'll kind of go through the items and then. Oh no. Oh, I am mistaking it. This is a recursion. So yeah, it will kind of repeat, 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 repeat. If the item is yeah, if item is array, then map, and then kind of bring out each item. Okay. Is this really also going to solve it? Not sure, but of course, it probably would. We've already used JSON.parse and it works, so no need. Okay, so the app is available. Fly off. Fly open. Is that? I think that's for the dashboard. Yeah. Okay. Open. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So day 2, we have our cards right here. Awesome. Yeah. You can add more. You can reduce. We can remove it. We bring it back. You don't have that error anymore. You can add a new one. We can remove that. We can add this. Increase that. Now total has reached, so we are no longer able to add. So we can remove. So that is it. And then day 1 Pomodoro. Okay. I think I was about to say maybe there's a font issue. So let me see if that one's still this is this thing for, let's say, 44 minutes. Start. Yeah. Oh wow. And that means there's an issue. There's an issue with this. 44 minutes, it's all of a sudden jumped to 4 minutes. And 44. Oh, so what was the problem initially? That means I have some sort of a bug. It will work normally, but it looks like that input. Yeah, it looks like that input has some issue somehow. You can pause that. We can resume. Continues. Yeah, we can reset. Yeah, but it looks like, let's say when I type in more, like 444444444444444, right? Then I say start. Oh, 40. Now it turns to 43. Yeah, looks like I have an issue. I have an issue there. Look at that. 444444444. Right. And didn't I add any sort of max? Let me see. Let me just quickly check. I remember. I think I added a max minutes. Yeah. I didn't add any max. Okay. So because I think I was trying to use I was trying to use this pattern right here. Right. Yeah. 0 to 5. Yeah. So this, what is it? It's supposed to be max, right? Not max length. Is this max? Max is so how many minutes? No. You can, okay. You can add as many minutes as you want, I guess. Yeah. So I think it works. It's okay. because you should be able to add any minutes that you want. If you want 4 minutes, that will work. Oh, what is the problem? Start. Let's say 4. Start. Wow. Now it says 23. That means I have some issues. 4. Start. Now it goes back to 3. Oh wow, 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 wow. Yeah, this looks like a real issue. So when I type simple, it goes. But when I go, above, like I think when I go above, let's say, let me go 60. So I think when I go 3 characters, 4. Let me see that 3 characters. Yeah. Then it looks like it messes up. When I go 3 characters, it messes up. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But I think probably the challenge goes for now. I don't think I want to work on this now. I'll later on see if I have the time. Because at least you can do because Pomodoro, I don't think you probably do more than 99 minutes, right? Because you can do 99. Wow, 99 comes back to 38. Okay. Wow. Then perhaps I think my maximum is 60. 60 minutes. Let me go 61 and let me see. Oh, 61 assumes it as 1. So that means that when you go above 60, that's when all sorts of issues come in. So it is probably the function that is responsible for starting the timer. Yeah. Handle seconds update. So dispatch update time. Send it to, yeah. So it's probably the function that is responsible for starting the timer. If it does not match, then we kind of have this error. Add seconds, add minutes. So the add minutes and probably the add seconds function, date.get minutes. Yeah. And then add these minutes to it. And date.get minutes. Oh, I see. I see. I see. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, set minutes. Get there. So create a new date. Let me see what kind of date we're passing. Date is a new date here. So a new date, set the minutes, and then I think when the value goes above 60, but when the value goes above 60, it kind of rolls over to, for instance, the hours, right? So I think probably there's an error here, but I don't have the time to check this. Let's just close all. But I think at least 60 minutes works, so that's good. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Let's close that. Um, let's close that. Okay.